Welcome back. I'm Heather Patterson and you are watching Happier at Work. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new, you'll find weekly tips on how you can create a work life that is happy. I'd love it if you would subscribe. Go ahead and click that button. A couple weeks back, I talked about the idea of conformity and how it is a major happiness thief. And I wanted to return to this topic and give you a super practical tip that you can begin using maybe even as soon as today. This tip is going to be really helpful for you if you find yourself ever leading meetings, if you're responsible for brainstorming sessions or cultivating new ideas from a group of people. Now let's think about how these meetings are normally run, right? We come together, maybe there's donuts or pizza. Sorry, I'm hungry. But we come together, right? We sit around the table. We say, hey, this is a problem. This is what's going on. And what do you guys think? What are your ideas? You with me? Right. That's usually how it goes. And if you've ever been in one of these meetings, you know that, well, the most outspoken people will tend to speak first. And there's always someone in the room who needs a little bit more time to process. They're more analytical in nature. Then there's some people who need a bit more time. Maybe they're more shy, they're introverted, they don't feel like it's necessarily safe in the room, maybe. And then there's the people who, I'm just gonna call it what it is. I mean, they're slackers. They say, oh yeah, you know, what Jen said over there, she was spot on. That's exactly what I was thinking. And they really didn't have a thought of their own. Sound familiar? So I want to talk about the more quiet ones, the people who are processing, who are thinking, who need the extra time. I want to talk about them because they often get overlooked. And they have really great ideas, but they are either too shy, not confident enough, and their ideas never get to come out and blossom. They're either overpowered or everyone's in too much of a hurry to move along with the next great idea. So how do we help make sure that everyone gets heard and even the slacker has the opportunity to, I don't know, prove that they were thinking what Miss Jen over there was thinking? Here's what I recommend. As a leader, what you can do very simply is just add a touch of framework or structure, add a touch of structure to the meeting. Instead of jumping right to the idea storming, have a timekeeper take out their phone or watch the clock, or however you can even guesstimate, but give everyone 1 to 3 maybe minutes. It doesn't need to be a lot of time, but a few minutes to really think about what the ideas could be and write them down. You can write them down on index cards or even post-it notes. What's cool about putting them on something small and one idea at a time is eventually you could even go into sorting and ranking and rating and seeing what was popular, that sort of thing. So put one idea on an index card or a post-it note, but really intentionally give the time for people to write it down. The outspoken ones that are full of ideas always, they're just going to go right to it. And the ones that need a little bit more time, they'll take that time because it's been given to them. And they will then go ahead and write it down. And the people who tend to jump on everybody else's ideas will be forced to think for themselves. Isn't it great? Now, like I said, you can take the exercise a step further and do some rating and ranking, prioritizing, grouping them and categorizing them together. That's all well and good if that's appropriate. But for the moment, just to get yourself off the ground here and move away from groupthink and conformity, begin with just giving everybody a moment to put their ideas to paper rather than, shouting everything out. This will ensure that everyone in the room has time to process and ideate, and that they're heard, right? Because then what we'll do is we go around the room and we say, okay, what'd you come up with, right? That's what we do. How we go through that exercise of collecting, well, what did you say? That's a whole nother video, because that can be hard and challenging, and yeah, that's another video. I hope that you found this tip helpful, and I hope that you'll try it. And I hope that you'll let me know that you tried it, and let me know what worked and even what didn't. I love hearing from you. Remember, being happy at work requires your participation, your action. So go and give it a try and report back. If you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and share it with a family member, friend, or coworker who might like it too. Thank you so much for your time, your attention, and I will see you